Every night on Way 31 News at 6, we take you deeper into the impact of coronavirus, specifically here in North Alabama. And tonight we're joined by Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle. Thanks again for being with us, Mayor. What is being done right now to keep those who use public transportation as safe as possible during this?
You know, we started off with public transportation. We limited the number that could be on the bus just to keep some distancing in the bus system. We're passing out masks to those who are on the bus. We have, you know, since the new order has come out, we've densified a little bit, but we are still keeping numbers down as to number of people on the bus because that's a vulnerable population. We want to make sure that we protect them.
Are you confident that a vaccine is on the way anytime soon?
Oh gosh, if you saw.
I think we've lost our connection with the mayor for just a few minutes there. We'll try and get that back in just a moment. We have a few more questions for the mayor. Oh, here he is back. Okay,
there we go.
Are you with us, Mr. Mayor?
I'm with you. Thank you.
Okay, well, finish your answer there. I was wondering about a vaccine and what your opinions were on that.
You know, I'm sure that there's a vaccine. We've got a lot of smart people working on this. You know, it's amazing the information that we know now that we didn't know 3 weeks ago, and the information that we knew 3 weeks ago that we didn't know 3 weeks before that. Right now, there's a lot of people working on people at Hudson Alpha, people at UAB, people throughout the United States and the world are working on a vaccine. And I'm sure we're going to come up with something pretty soon. Chances
are pretty good that some of the answers to this crisis are going to come from right here in Alabama.
You know, that's the interesting thing. You know, we live here. We always call ourselves Huntsville a smart place, but we could really call it Alabama a smart place. UAB is right in the middle of a lot of the research that is being done. Hudson Alpha is working in conjunction with UAB and on their own also with some of their 34 different companies that are working the genetic code of this. I think that we've got some people that can really offer a lot to the world on answers for this virus.
Yeah, how about that? All right, well, fast forward to 2021. What do you think Huntsville looks like next year?
You know, 2021 is going to be very interesting because right now we're worried about putting people to work. 2021, we're going to be back on looking for workforce development, going to find people to move here who will fill the jobs that we have brought to the area. So, you know, we're going to be in a little bit of a different world in 2021 than we are right here in the middle of this pandemic. We're going to be somewhat back to normal. I don't think the world is going to go totally back to normal. I think that distancing and some of the other things will stay in place for a little while. But I think, you know, we're going to be able to see the bright side and see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what kind of changes do you see to daily life in the Rocket City once this all clears up?
You know, I think for a little while, at least until we feel a lot more comfortable than we do right now, you won't be shaking hands a lot. You'll be seeing people and you'll be nodding to them. You'll be talking to them. You'll have to do double looks at some people because they'll have masks on, and it's kind of hard to tell who that is behind that mask. But I think we're going to see some differences in just the way that we live.
Huntsville, of course, one of the fastest growing cities in the state. Do you think that this pandemic could slow that growth?
I think that it will change that growth just a little bit, but you know, the things that we've got have been in the works for a year and really are coming to fruition in the next 2 to 3 years. It may take a little while longer for those industries to get tooled up and ready to go and actually be producing, but they're ready. They have invested millions upon millions of dollars, and I think each one of them are going to fulfill their obligations to us and also provide the jobs for the future.
Yeah. Speaking of jobs, have you talked with local businesses, especially those that may be still waiting on federal aid, about the struggles they're facing?
Yeah, there's a lot of the small businesses out there, and my heart goes out to them. I mean, I was in small business when I first came to Huntsville. If I had been in that situation, I'm not sure I would be here right now. But there's a lot of small businesses who we're working with to try to make sure that they have the money to be able to reopen when it's time to reopen. And those are the ones that, you know, your heart goes out to, because it's very tough to go through this and because of nothing they've done, they're having financial problems.
Yeah. Is there anything the city can do to help struggling or closed businesses stay afloat, or is this all being pushed at the federal government?
I think it's a lot of information. We've done some things like if they're having trouble paying their taxes or having trouble paying some of their permitting fees and things, that we will move that off a couple of months and give them some time for cash flow. Doing some things that can help out those businesses is very important to you, because once they close, backfilling them and getting them back reopened is very hard to do.
I've got just about a minute left here. Mayor, tell me quickly how this has impacted your budget. Is it possible to look ahead yet?
You know, I don't think we're going to have a real number till we hit end of June, something like that. But right now, we're forecasting about a $15 million hit to the budget of the city of Huntsville, and that may include some of the umbrella agencies that are out there: the Von Braun Civic Center, the conventions, the Business Bureau, the museums. But when you look at all those, you know, we're going to be able to come out of this. Mm-hmm. We've been fortunate. We have a lot of people still working telework and doing things. So I think that we still have payroll. We still have paychecks coming into our system.
Great. Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle, thank you very much for spending this half hour with us. We appreciate it. For 24/7 coverage you can count on, local news, breaking news, and severe weather, go to watv.com. We'll see you again tonight at 10.